Hi everyone, I'm Liz. This is Vera's My Bag. Today I'm going to talk about my Stephanie Dawn bags. If you don't know what Stephanie Dawn is, I'm going to read you a little bit of a kind of an article about it that I found online. And if I mentioned that I had purchased some Stephanie Dawn bags this past spring, and that I would show them if anybody was interested. So a couple people did ask, so I thought I would do this video. And I also did a set of Instagram stories about kind of a what's in my bag that I did on Instagram. So you can go to my Instagram account and go to one of the highlight buttons, and there's one called Stephanie Dawn, and you can watch my story there, my stories, where I showed what's in my bag. So anyway, I'm going to show the various Stephanie Dawn bags that I have, but let me read you this article that I found. Let me see if I can turn up my, turn that off. Okay, I think I saved it in my pictures. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so Stephanie Dawn is a sewing company that was started in Northwest Ohio, so sort of close to where Vera Bradley is in Fort Wayne, Indiana, just across the state border. So here's the article, and this is about KAM Manufacturing and the Stephanie Dawn line. So Kim Adams started a sewing operation in her family's garage in rural Northwest Ohio in 1984. The business was established to manufacture quilted handbags for a startup company in Fort Wayne, Indiana called Vera Bradley Designs. As Vera Bradley grew their business, Kim also grew her manufacturing operations to keep them supplied with handbags. The popularity of Vera Bradley bags increased slowly at first, but steady, and as their sales grew, so did Kim's sewing operation. Over the years, the operation that started out with 2 employees grew to over 200 people, and her business was officially named KAM Manufacturing in 1988. KAM moved a number of times to larger buildings that would handle the growing business. After a 25-year relationship with Vera Bradley, in 2008, the board of directors at Vera Bradley decided to move 90% of the handbag production to China. KAM was disappointed with their decision, but looking back on a wonderful 25-year relationship that was made simply with a handshake is something that their family will always be very proud of. KAM played a significant role in making Vera Bradley into a $400 million company that went from privately held company to publicly traded. KAM produced nearly 15 million handbags over 25 years. After the relationship with Vera Bradley ended, the family decided to start their own line, Stephanie Dawn handbags, in late 2008. And since that time, they've had steady growth. Now, I will update you to tell you that Stephanie Dawn, the handbag line was discontinued. The Stephanie Dawn handbag line was discontinued. They announced in November, I think, of 2021, and then their last day of business was, I think, like January 1st of 2022. So they had like a closeout sale and a lot of things on sale. So I got a couple things during that for sure. And then I also picked up a lot of bags off of third-party sites, because now you can't buy them from KAM anymore, from Stephanie Dawn, so you have to look for them third-party. So I was just going to show you what I have. I have more than one I want to admit to, because when they did go out of business, I started kind of gathering up some different bags. So the first thing that I'll show you is the two recent bags that I got, which I did show already in a video. And this is the style called Hobo. I've recently, one of my viewers sent me kind of a listing of all their style names, so I think I have all the style names correct now. So this is the one I'm currently in, and this is a Hobo bag. So I would call it a satchel, a Hobo satchel, but I think the official name is Hobo. And as you can see, it's quilted. Stephanie Dawn used different fabrics than Vera, but similar types of design. The rolled handles, which Vera has on some of their older bags, got the rings. So this is the Hobo, and this is in the pattern Jubilee. So this was a bag that I got, well, actually, I think I got this one in February when I got a lot of these other ones. I think this was from February. So I moved into this bag last week, and then I really fell in love with it. So I went ahead and looked online for more of the Hobo style. Now you have to be a little creative when you're doing some searches for Stephanie Dawn, because people don't call them the exact names, but they do list Stephanie Dawn, so you can definitely find it by doing a search for Stephanie Dawn. And this was the other Hobo bag that I got. And this one I have found out now from my friend, Angela. This is called Plumberry. So this pattern is Plumberry. So you can see it. They use the ribbon trim on some of the bags, and interiors on these two bags. The interiors on these two bags. Sorry, there's a towel in here to give it a little weight. Are the same as the exterior patterns, but that's not always the case with all the Stephanie Dawn bags. So you have to kind of ask for photographs if you're looking for certain. So this again is with the rolled handles, and this is a Hobo, and I'm just in love with this. I'm going to be moving into this one next, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so that is the two Hobo bags. I'm going to move to some smaller things, some smaller items. So I found one of these, I think, was a combination with another bag that I'll show you in a second, but I have two cosmetics, a medium and a large, and this is a pattern French Quarter. This is one of my absolute favorites. Obviously I love those two too that I just showed you. These are lined with that sort of milky plastic, so you can't see the interior pattern on this very well, but it's just got a little bit of a purple flower behind that milky pattern. So I really like French Quarter. It's one of my absolute favorites, and this was a pattern that was more early in their line, and so it's harder to find. When I was buying some of the bags, I was buying some items in the 2020 time frame. I was buying a few things. This was already a retired pattern, so it wasn't available. But I did end up getting a bag during their closeout sale. I don't know how they ended up having a handbag in it, but I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, isn't that really pretty? I love that ribbon trim. So those are French Quarter. So if you're looking for that pattern, that's the name of it. A lot of times people don't know the pattern names either, so you just are, you know, there's not a lot of Stephanie Dawn out there, so you'll be able to see it pretty fast. Okay, so then here's, I might as well move into, hang on one second, let me just, okay. So this is a bag I found back in February as well when I was searching around. This is a French Quarter bag, and it's a, I think it's a laptop bag. So there is like a big pocket inside of here. Now it does not have like any really good padding for a laptop, so I think you would have to put a case on your laptop if it's going to go in here. But I'm pretty sure that's what this is intended for, or it's a messenger bag. But I couldn't find the exact style. And it has two pockets in the front, and again, so you can see that purple pattern here. You can see it better. And it's got like a big pocket in here, and then this big open space here. And then this big, nice big flap, which is connected with a Velcro. And I've not measured it, but it's a pretty big, I'm gonna say it's 15 inches across. And then there's a nice big zip pocket on the back here that has both of the patterns inside of there. So a nice big zip pocket, you put a notebook or something else in there. So I haven't used this yet. I just saw it and it's the pattern that I really like, French quarter. I don't remember, and I think this is the one that came with one of the cosmetics with it. I can't remember, but it's got like it's got the big wide strap and then a shoulder pad for the weight on your shoulder. So I guess, yeah, it's a crossbody. It doesn't look like it opens up to very, very large, you know, very wide, long of a crossbody. It's got a piece of plastic. So yeah, so somewhat of it under the arm, sort of a crossbody. So that is also French quarter. French quarter is like probably my favorite pattern. Okay, so now I'll show you, this is the handbag that I got in French quarter. This was during the closeout sale. This was a big surprise because it was a retired pattern, and I didn't expect them to have this, and it just popped up, and as far as I know, it might have been even the only one. So this is a crossbody. This is a bag that they just called the shoulder bag. You can see a little bit how wide it is there, probably 2 or 3 inches depth on the bottom. And this has the 2 front slip pockets and a zip across the back. Now this one, you'll notice, does not have that purple pattern, and that's what I noticed later on in the Stephanie Dawn line, is that the longer they went on, they started maybe using up fabrics that they had that didn't sell well in combination with other fabrics, or maybe it was just whatever they had left at the time that they decided to close down. So you can see that the interior of this has the red. It does have the trim on the pockets that's, you see there's quilted pockets in here, which is really nice. So it has the trim that's the French quarter. And then I don't know exactly what this pattern name is in here. So anyway, that's a handbag. That's the handbag style, which I really, really love. I've got a few more of those. I'll show you in a second. I'm gonna put this paper back in here. All right, let me switch over to some of the smaller items, and then I'll come back to handbags in a second. So it's really easy to kind of pick up some of these smaller items. Some of these were brand new from the closeout sale or from when I was buying in 2020. So there's this little item that's called a small essential. This is the color teal. I ended up ordering 2 of these. I don't know how, but I must have hit the button. So this is just a plain sort of cosmetic liner in there. I don't know, is this one plain too? Yes, so it's just got a kind of a cosmetic liner in there. I can't really make out the pattern that's behind it because you can see there is some sort of pattern behind that. And so this pattern is called Perfectly Poppy, and I still see this pattern around on various third-party sites in multiple different kinds of bags. So this is kind of a burgundy with a little bit of a, I don't know, it's a little bit of a celery tan color, gold, the white, and then this dark gray. So that's Perfectly Poppy, and then this is the teal color. So I thought this would be nice to have an accent in the French quarter bags with that color. And then I got 2 of these items, and these were during the closeout sale, I believe. Maybe not, I don't remember. But these are called the Zip and Key. I think Zip ID and Key is what they're called. So they have a little place for keys, and then it's just kind of a Zip ID like the Vera Bradley Zip IDs with a clear window. And this color is called Midnight Espresso. So this is a gray, brown, and black with kind of a creamy white. I think it's the same pattern on, no, it's a little bit different on the interior. Actually, so here's the thing. They used a pattern like this for the cloth window, which I guess it probably, no, it doesn't match with that. It's a different pattern. And then they used a silver, just a plain silvery in the back on that one. And then the other color I got in the Zip ID and Key is this Java color. I really liked this. I like some browns and blues together. So this has also got the silver and just the plain sort of brown. It has sort of a tweedy look to it. Yep, so that that is another kind of a Zip ID with the keychain. Zip ID and Key is what that's called. And then during the closeout sale, I also got a couple of large sunglass cases. I can't find one of them. I don't know where I put it, but this one is also kind of a brown, gray, and this goldish, kind of a gold green color. And this pattern is called Savannah. So I really like that. I really like the sort of way that these are airbrushed, sort of. It's an airbrush looking kind of pattern. Yeah, so that one's called Savannah. You can still find bags in this color too. And then another small item, and I found this one third party on one of the third parties, probably eBay or Poshmark, I'm not sure. But this is looks like it's a small wallet. I would call it, it's a little wristlet, I think. So it's got a wrist strap, very small wristlet, but kind of an ID. It's got the ID window and then a place to put cards on the inside. So it's kind of a small wristlet wallet. And this pattern is called Bloom Dance. You can see it in there. Love those little white flowers. So that's called Bloom Dance. I also see this pattern a lot online. And the last small item that is something called a Mobile Crossover Plus. And this is a pattern called, I haven't used this yet, but a pattern called Bella Flora. And you can put cards in here, lip balm in that Velcro part. And then it has a big section that you can put a cell phone inside of here and more items. So cards and lip gloss, or if you're walking a dog, it could probably fit bags in there. It also has a clear window, a zip on the back with a clear window to put an ID. So yeah, so that one's called Bella Flora. And this, I also see bags. I've seen a couple of bags. I might pick up one in this pattern because I kind of like it. It's got that sort of, it's a grape background, or like eggplant, and then you got the blue and the gold going on that. So that's kind of pretty. Okay, so let's see, what else do I have here? Before I get to the bags that I have in the style I have the most in, I'm gonna grab, hang on one second. Okay, this is another bag that I got in Jubilee because I love Jubilee, the pattern Jubilee so much. This is kind of like I wouldn't say it's similar to a Mandy as far as the size that it is. The strap drop is obviously a shoulder strap drop and fits pretty well under my arm. It's probably a 10-inch strap drop. But this is called a zip top tote. You can see the depth. This one still has a cardboard in it. This one, you can see the depth on it. It's probably, I'm gonna say it's 4 inches, 3 to 4 inches on the depth. And this has 2 slip pockets on the back and on the front. So both sides have slip pockets on it. which is kind of interesting. And then the interior, which has this pattern in it. So this is a little, I think this is different than my, let me look and see if it's different. Because I think the Jubilee in the Hobo, yeah, the Jubilee in the Hobo is the same pattern as the outside. And then this one has the pattern that is, and I don't know what this pattern is called. Hang on, we lost our light a little bit here. Let's see if we got it back. I don't know if the camera's doing goofy stuff. I'm gonna lock that in. Hopefully that's bright enough. Lighten that up a little bit. I don't know. Anyway, so you should see that pattern that's in there. And again, you've got quilted slip pockets in here. And let's see if the other side is, yes, so it's 1, 2, there's 3 on one side, that's the back, it's got 3 smaller ones, and then the front has the 2 larger slips. So that is the zip top tote in Jubilee. All right, now I've got a bunch of these, actually, hang on a second, one more small bag. This is a tag, this is called the tag along, and this is just a little tiny crossbody, perfect for going for a walk with the dog or something. It has a thinner, narrower crossbody strap, and this is in the pattern called Jovi. And I also have this, I got this during the sale. This is the lip balm holder. I think it's called a lip balm keeper. So you can stick your lip balm in here, and it's kind of a charm keychain sort of thing. So I've got one of those in that pattern. So this is Jovi, and let's see. So the inside, so this is a snap. The inside has that silver. I'm not a big fan of this silver backing that they use, but again, like I think towards the end of their run, they were just using up, they just got some plain materials. So I was happy to get some bags that had patterned interiors, but then they had a couple of them that have this silver. So that's just a, you know, little small, two slip pockets in the back and no other pockets in there. And then you've got a small zip in the back on this one. So that's Jovi. Okay, so the rest of the bags are shoulder bags. So it's that's probably my absolute favorite bag that Stephanie Dawn made. And I have found a couple of pretty good deals on them. So first of all, I have the shoulder bag in, what was the name of the pattern? Bloom Dance. And I just love this because I love those little white sort of dandelion looking flowers with the orange. You've got the orange and reds, blues, greens, yellows. So this is Bloom Dance, and this is again a shoulder bag. Let's see what the interior is on this one. This is completely different. This has got sort of a little bit of a grid, little tiny, would look like, they almost look like Lifesaver candies, but they're flowers. I think they're supposed to be flowers, but that is the interior on this one. And again, like I said, if you look for these online, you'll just have to see what interior people got, because they weren't always alternate patterns or the same patterns. It also has these nice cloth zips. So I got that one third party. I think that was probably 1.5 years ago, kind of when I was first looking into Stephanie Dawn. Then I bought this one on a discount sale that they had online. I saw this on a couple of people's channels at the time, and this one is called Patriotic Paisley, and really, really loved this red, white, and blue rendition. More red than blue, but you get that sort of light blue and white that makes it's a lot different than some of the other kind of red, white, and blues that Vera did. So you get a little bit heavier on the red there. But then this one also has that silver interior, so wasn't a big fan of that. That was one of the later patterns they came out with in 2020, I think. Maybe 2020 was when this pattern came out. And then I also got a little essential to go with it at the time. And this is also got the white background in there. And then this one also had, I got the lip balm keeper for this one as well, because they had a sale going on at that time, so you can see the lip balm in there. So yes, this is Patriotic Paisley. So I have that set. All right, now the next ones, I have 5 more shoulder bags, and I found these all from one seller. I don't remember if it was on Poshmark, maybe Mercari, and they had them listed at $12 a piece, I think. And they had 6 of them. They had a Patriotic Paisley, which I already had, and then they had 5 other patterns. And so I put all of them in my cart, the 5 that I didn't have, because they were $12 a piece, which was really great. And messaged the person and asked about if there was if they had washed them, there was any, laundry soap smell. And they said no. So they ended up giving me a discount because I was buying 5. They gave me a discount, so they ended up being, I think, around $11 a piece, including shipping. So it was a really good deal. So anyway, here's the patterns that I got, the 5, and it turned out that they did have a laundry soap smell. So I've worked on them a couple of times, and I can't quite get it all the way out. But I think I've got it at least to a point where it's not going to drive me crazy when I'm using them. So this one is called Mosaic, and as you can see, it's got like pinks, golds, browns, blues, and then sort of a creamy, whatever this right here is, kind of a creamy circle on that, and then white. So yeah, this is heavy on the, actually I think the zippers are black. I believe the zippers are black, so there must be some black in here too. The background may be black on this, but you've also got the browns going on in there. So I really like this one. It kind of reminds me, it gives me a fall vibe, and yeah, that's probably when I'll be using this one. The interior of this is the same. So it's got Mosaic on the interior. And again, these have the zipper on the back, and then the 2 slip pockets in the front, with 2 slips in the front inside, and then I think it's 2 slips in the back on the inside. So not a zipper pocket on the inside, but there is one on the outside. This is another pattern that I got. This is called Mocha Paisley. So this is a brown and blue pattern with some like burnt orange, like a ginger, burnt orange, ginger spice, so whatever you want to call it. Again, this is a black zipper on here, so I'm guessing there's black background. It's hard for me to see in this light. So this is Mocha Paisley, and let's see what's inside this one. So this, they used a light blue, sort of not a medallion, but a little bit, I guess it's a medallion. So that's a sort of a complementing pattern for this. This one has even stronger smell. This one I'm gonna have to work on again. And then this pattern is called Toscano. So this is kind of a houndstooth pattern with a light blue, sort of a royal, not a royal blue, but a darker blue, red, got a cinnamon kind of color there. And then again, there's a black zipper, so I'm guessing it's black background in that. And the interior of this one, aha, there's that gray. So this one must have been later in their line. So gray with the outside pattern as trim on the inside quilted pockets. This one is called Cosmic. So this is a geometric pattern with blues, whites. There's kind of a turquoisey blue. Again, I think this is a black background, I'm pretty sure. So, because I've seen it listed as black and blue also on colors. And again, this one is that silver interior. Not a big favorite on that. And this is the last bag. I think that's the last one. And this one is called Scarlet Paisley. And this is definitely got some fall Halloween colors going on here. Got black and orange and gold. And those little paisleys there. And then the interior of this one is not the silver. Sorry, my hair is just kind of needs to be washed. The interior is that orange, kind of a grid or crosshatch. That goldy orange color. Goldenrod, I don't know. So that kind of complements that. Definitely for fall. Nice fall colors. So that's it. That's my Stephanie Dawn collection. This one's pretty good. I got most of the smell out of this one. So that's my Stephanie Dawn collection. Thanks for hanging out. I'm headed out to Illinois to visit family Wednesday, and I may do a little haul out there because I sent some things out there for all of them, and if I get a chance, I might grab my granddaughters and do a quick haul of what's out there. Even if it's things I've sent them in prior years, they have several Vera Bradley things out there. So we might just do a what's in Illinois kind of haul for you. All right, so that's it. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you soon. Bye.